It's John Black, Super Chemist. I think this is part 4, maybe part 3, I don't know, about what's happening in my city. Yeah, you know, if you go, the city council and the police already told us, if you go up to someone, like, if they ain't speaking English, and you know damn well they're not an American citizen, you're not allowed to go up and say, hey, are you an American citizen? You're not even allowed to just ask them, hey, are you a citizen? Yeah, they'll walk you up. They already told us. Don't even try to guess, or even just don't even just ask them. That's a crime now. We will be locking you up. So I have no rights. I can't even say I don't like the Democrats on a computer now. They just delete everything I say. Like, and they do it quick too. It's not like with chemistry. Yeah, if you put any keywords in any title on your video that makes them think that whatever, they must have an algorithm for it, because it happens so quick. It's unreal. So every book that's talking about, like storybook, it's talking about communism, or talking about how country was overtaken by a communist or something like that. Every history book that is talking about history, talking about countries that got taken over by communism or whatever, or dictatorships or whatever. Every one of them, hundreds of books, maybe thousands. I haven't read all the books. Every single one of them tell you that they infiltrate the schools, brainwash the kids. Okay. Another thing because there's like 10 things that they all have in common. Every one of them, thousands of books, talking not just story books, but actually history books or economic books that are talking about the state, or or sociology books. All of them say the same thing. They got to brainwash the kids first of all, right? But this is what you can't see in the school, and kids are stupid. They might see it, but they're stupid kids, right? What does the adults see? Okay, they see every time they rip down the statues. Okay, wow. So, and what does everyone think now when they saw them ripping down the statues? No one said, "Hey, geez, every book where communism takes over, or you're infiltrated by totalitarian dictator type thing." They always rip down the statues, but I'm not going to think that that's what's happening here. What's another thing they do? They change not every word. They change a lot of words, the definitions of them. Racist just means you disagree with me, basically. Transphobic means the same thing. It changed all the meanings. Racist used to mean that you hated a certain race and you thought that you deserve more rights. Now it just means you disagree. If I disagree with a black man, I'm a racist. It has nothing to do with actual racism, right? Because they changed the definitions of all the words. And all these books, just like they're doing now. Same Nazi Germany. What's another thing they do? They do a misinformation campaign, and then they institute the government to make an agency that fights misinformation. And what are they doing now? Yeah. I've heard 10 politicians say on national TV, we need to get rid of, free speech. We have to get rid of the First Amendment because, misinformation, man. Misinformation. Like, they haven't put a misinformation campaign against us? You know what the next step is, right? An agency, a government agency that does misinformation. And you think they're gonna? You think that's what's funny. They were caught like 100 times lying about COVID, lying about the shots. They lie about everything and get caught, and then and everyone is okay with them being in charge in deciding what is misinformation and what is not misinformation. Really, that makes sense. Because like there's so many signs, obvious signs, showing that we're getting, it's a takeover. Everybody acts like there's not. So I'm going to leave you with one saying, right? there's one book that said something, and I'm going to tell you what it is. After World War II, right after Hitler, right? It's been, cited in other books. That's how famous it is of a saying. Okay, I thought literally everyone in the country knew this saying, but I've told it to people in the last couple of years. No one's ever heard of this saying. No wonder Indians are all in the spot Indians are in. Indians all must have just went to public high school or whatever, public school, and you let them teach you history. Like, what kind of moron does that? I hate to tell you this, but the people who pick those books that are taught in the whatevers, it's the elites do that, right? It's like slavery, right? 12.5% of white people own slavery. Everything I'm talking about is during when we had black slaves in the United States, right? 12.5% of white people. 1 to 2% of black people had slaves. 1% of Asians had slaves. But you know what all the slave owners had in common? Because so far our biggest number is 12.5%. That means 87.5% did not have slaves that were white. Okay? So that tiny percent would blame white people, right? But what did the slave owners, what did they have? Why don't we blame the people that were 100% involved in it? Because if you look, not just in America, but you look in every country in the whole globe, all the way back in the whole history of the planet, the whole history of humankind, you know what 100% of all people who owned slaves had in common? They were the elites. They were the elites. But do we blame the elites? No, we blame the 12 that were not only 100% of the people that were in the United States doing the slave thing. Not only was they 100% of them elites, every person who owned a slave back an entire globe down, whole history, 100% of them. There wasn't one poor person who owned fucking slaves. You fucking morons. 12 fucking percent. You blame the white people. Why do we do that? Oh, who approves the books we teach in the public schools? Oh, that's right. The elites. The ones who actually are responsible for the slavery. But who do we blame? Do we blame the elites? The only people who actually are to blame? No. We blame the 12.5%. That makes sense. That's what I got to deal with. I got to deal with people like in this world that are so stupid. Like they're so stupid that they blame white people. I don't even get it. You know what I mean? What are you... Anyways, I'm going to leave you this one story, this famous saying, at least it's famous of people that aren't morons, so I guess it's only like a very small percentage of the fucking planet. But I'm going to give you this little big tidbit of information here, and you take it as you want, okay? This is from Nazi Germany, all right? It's the saying. I'm not saying it exactly, you know what I mean? I'm paraphrasing, but it's very close. I got the gist of it, okay? First, they came for the bums on the street. You know what I mean? The homeless. They said, hey, these people are dirty, and they're going to affect our society. We need to get them out. That's what's wrong with our society, man. It's these fucking bums and these homeless people. And you know what? I wasn't homeless, and I wasn't a bum, so I said nothing. Then they came for the gays, and the trans, and the fetish. They said these people are dirty. They are infecting our society. And you know what? I wasn't gay. I wasn't trans. I wasn't into fetish. So I said nothing. Do you know what? Then they came for the Muslim. Yeah. They said they were dirty. They said they were going to affect our society. Infect it. But I wasn't Muslim. So I said nothing. But then they came for the French and the Polish and the Czechs. They said they were dirty. They said they were going to infect our society. Do you know what? I wasn't Czech. I wasn't French. I wasn't Polish. So I said nothing. But you know what? They came again. And they got to whatever. I can't remember. There was one more saying in there, though. They said they were dirty. And they said they were infecting our society. But I wasn't none of them things. So I said nothing. Then they came for the Jews. They said they were dirty. And they were going to infect our society. But you know what? I wasn't Jewish. So I said nothing. But then they came for me. But you see, there's no one else left to help me fight against them. I have a new saying for this society to be put into the history books when this is over. Okay? Let me get a drink here first. First they came for the unvaccinated. And they literally said these words. Literally, not all of them, but literally at least 15-20% of them use these exact words. They are dirty and they are infecting our society. But you know what? I wasn't unvaccinated. So I said nothing. Then they came for the police. They said they were dirty. Didn't they? They said they were dirty, corrupt cops. Racist. They were dirty. Take over. And it was affect our society. But I wasn't a police. So I said nothing. You know? Then they came for the whites and the Christians. And they said they are dirty. And they're infecting our society. Their racism, their transphobia, their sexism. But I wasn't white. I wasn't Christian. So I said nothing. Then they came for the Christian. They said the Christian was dirty, racist, transphobic. And I wasn't Christian. So I said nothing. How many groups are they going to come after? You know? Right now, the last group they came after was the Jews. Right? Jews can't even go to college anymore. They're being hunted down pretty much by these people pushing them, throwing stuff at them, threatening them, in some cases, hurting them physically. And this is happening all over the world. They're chanting into colleges, kill all the Jews! But I wasn't Jewish. And they said the Jews, they're dirty. And they're infecting our society. But I wasn't Jewish. So I said nothing. All I have to say is, when they get done with all these other groups, and you're the only one left, who is going to help you fight against them when they come for you? They don't even care about these illegal aliens getting voting rights. They want to jam them in. If you go look at the stats, all of a sudden in the last month or two, the swing states are all, the illegal aliens went up like 500,000%. Where they were distributing them wherever where they were, and then all of a sudden, boom, swing states get all the illegal aliens now. And not only that, it doesn't seem like on the other states that they actually went and they bought, they took 10 years to buy all the abandoned buildings, you know what I mean? So this was a plan that eventually they got to get them into the swing states.